My first tip is to keep a food journal. You can either do this very simply by keeping a notebook and writing down everything that you're putting in your mouth, or you can go online. There's plenty of apps that you can use, or spreadsheets, anything like that. Most important thing, we want to track our calories, making sure that your diet is in a caloric balance for the day so that you don't gain any weight. If you want to try to lose weight, you want to have a caloric deficit of about 500 calories a day, but no more, so that your body doesn't go into starvation mode. Given that, you could lose a pound a week just by watching what you're putting in your mouth without working out. You also want to watch your fat. You want to eat the right kinds of heart-healthy fat. You want to stay away from the saturated fat. You want to watch what kind of carbs you're eating, making sure that you're eating carbs that are healthy for you, because carbs make up about 50% of your diet. So you want to make sure that you're putting the right things in your mouth, getting your carbs from fruits and vegetables as opposed to chips and crackers and snack foods like that. Sodium is very important to track. You want to make sure that you don't have more than 2,400 milligrams of sodium per day, because that could lead to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, things like that. My next tip is to stay hydrated, making sure that you're replenishing the fluids in the body that you lose when working out. Best rule of thumb to do with that is to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. My next tip is to make sure you eat breakfast. When you get up and you eat breakfast within the first 30 minutes that you're up, you're starting that metabolism. And think of your metabolism as a motor in your car. You're going on a long trip throughout the day. If you just have a little bit of fuel in the tank, you're going to spit and sputter all the way there. But if your tank is full, then you're going to make it there in plenty of time, have lots of energy. One easy thing that we can all do is, when you look at the size of the plate that we have now, it's much larger than it has been 10, 20, even 30 years ago. The plate used to be like this. So it's just a little psychological game that if you reduce the size of your plate, you put a serving size of everything you need on it, you're going to feel like you have more food. But when you have the big plate and you don't have a lot of space around your food, it makes you feel like you're missing something or you're missing out. So let's go with a smaller plate. And as you see on my plate here, I've got a diagram where veggies will take about 2/3 of one section. Fruits would be a third. Whole grains, brown rice, things like that. And proteins. Your proteins should be about the size of your fist. My next tip is to, when you go to the grocery store and you're looking for something new or something that you eat all the time, turn it around and look at what the label says. You can learn a lot of information from the label as far as how many servings are in that box. You sit down and eat a whole box of cookies. The serving is probably only 2 cookies. So just make sure that you're eating the number of servings. You also want to look at how much fat's in a serving. Say you have 125 calories from a serving, and you look at the calories from fat and it's 75 calories, you know that's probably not a good choice. So that's a sometimes food, not an everyday food. You also want to look at the sodium. Anything that's processed, that's in a bag, box, or can, is going to have added sodium into it. Also, anything that has reduced fat is going to have more sodium into it. So you just want to be very cognizant of how much of that you're getting in your diet, as well as look at the protein, and you want to make sure that the fats are not saturated, and you want to totally avoid trans fats. So I hope you enjoyed my tips about nutrition. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My email and phone number are below. Be happy to help you with your nutrition, working out, whatever you need.